Good evening, dear viewers. Welcome to our news broadcast. Here are the headlines. "12 patients diagnosed positive for COVID-19. Vaccination coverage reached at 95% in northern Red Sea region. Chad's military claims victory after a week-long battle with rebels. Fake COVID-19 vaccination cards emerge in the U.S. We have an announcement from the Ministry of Health. 12 patients have been diagnosed positive for COVID-19 in tests carried out in past 3 days at quarantine centers in Gashbarka, central and southern regions. From these, 7 patients are from a quarantine center in Hajar, Gashbarka region. 3 patients are from quarantine centers in Asmara, central region. The last 2 patients are from quarantine center in Mandafara and Araza, southern region. On the other hand, 11 patients who have been receiving medical treatment in hospitals in the central and northern Red Sea regions have recovered fully and have been discharged from these facilities. The total number of recovered patients to date has accordingly risen to 3,613, while the number of deaths is 12. The total number of confirmed cases in the country to date has increased to 3,754. Ministry of Health, Asmara, 10 May 2021. The Ministry of Health branch in the northern Red Sea region stated that vaccination coverage in the region has covered 95%. Speaking to ERi-TV, Mr. Zedingel Gorgorios, the head of Family and Community Health Service, stated that thanks to the strong efforts conducted, vaccine types that have been provided has increased from 6 to 12, and that the prevalence of diseases such as polio and measles have been eradicated. He went on to say that a number of pregnant women visiting health facilities has increased by about 200%, and those that deliver at health institutions by 600%. Mr. Zedingel further commended the role of mothers and child health safety committees on controlling and eradicating harmful practices, and stated that the result registered is the outcome of an effective policy, integrated effort of all stakeholders, as well as increased public awareness. Calls were made on the public to refrain from consuming milk which is not boiled and raw meat products in a bid to prevent the risk of zoonotic diseases, which means diseases that can be transmitted from animals to humans. The head of Meat and Milk Safety Regulation Unit at the Central Region Regulatory Services and Inspection Branch, Mr. Samhar Mellas, called on the public to stop consuming milk straight from dairy farms and consuming raw or undercooked meat in order to ensure the well-being of the society at large. Indicating also that there are 12 privately owned animal feed producing plants, Mr. Samhar stated that unit is exerting strong efforts to ensure food safety and upgrade quality control functions for milk and meat products. The National Union of Eritrean Youth and Students branch in the Central Region organized a history competition known as Buya on 7th and 8th of May. The objective of the competition, in which a number of youth from 37 government institutions and subzonal administrations participated, was to enhance the awareness of the youth on political and historical knowledge, Mr. Samson Kifle, head of the regional branch, stated. He further said that winners will represent the region at the history competition that will be conducted at the national level in connection with the 30th anniversary of the independence of Eritrea. Prizes were handed over to winners of each competition stage. The competition will include students, families, and members of the Eritrean defense units, according to the organizers of the competition. That was our domestic news. Please stay tuned for the international right after the short break. Chad's military claimed victory yesterday, Sunday, May 9, in its week-long battle with northern rebels that led to the death of President Idris Deby on the battlefield. The rebel group Front for Change and Concord in Chad, FACT, did not respond to a request for comment. The transitional military authorities have previously said they have defeated the rebels only for fighting to continue. The fighting and broader political instability are being closely watched. Chad is a key power in Central Africa and a long-time Western ally against Islamist militants across the Sahel region. Crowds in the capital N'Djamena cheered yesterday as soldiers returned from the front line in a column of tanks and armored vehicles. At an army base in N'Djamena, dozens of captured rebels sat in the dirt on display for the assembled press. Fact fighters crossed the border from Libya in April to take a stand against Deby. His subsequent death while visiting troops plunged the country into crisis. On Saturday, security forces fired tear gas to disperse a protest against the ruling military council led by Deby's son, Mohammed Idris Itno. The council seized power after the former's death, promising to oversee an 18-month transition to election. Opposition politicians and civil society have denounced the takeover as a coup and called for supporters to take to the streets. At least 5 people were killed during a protest on April 27. Fake COVID-19 vaccination cards have emerged over the past 2 months as a new challenge to combating the virus in the United States, all while the vaccination rate continues to increase and many states gradually relax pandemic prevention and control measures. Recently, a bar owner in Clements, an unincorporated community in Central California, was arrested on charges of selling fraudulent COVID-19 vaccination cards. According to U.S. media reports, advertisements on selling COVID-19 vaccination cards have been seen on websites, including eBay, selling from a few dollars to dozens of dollars. In the U.S., people only need to register on a vaccination website, and their information won't be recorded in the system, even if they have been inoculated. The vaccination cards are also easy to be forged due to low production cost and a lack of anti-counterfeit information on the card. The U.S. Center for Disease Control and Prevention, CDC, earlier said that if predicted that 75% of Americans would finish vaccination this summer, places including New York also said that they would be fully open this summer. However, as the variants appear continuously and many people are unwilling to get vaccinated, some residents are pessimistic about returning to normal life in a short time. And that was our news for tonight, dear viewers. It is good night from us.